Yo, Big C in the house. You know the name. Finn Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fizz up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami Heat blazing. We scorching the floor. Marino the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep, call it football nirvana. Big C, break it down, got the stats in his veins. Play-by-play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field, opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed, leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle, defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean, whole squash the champ. Tune in, Big C, got the mic on lock. Finn Posse Podcast, it's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes, repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful, it's the one-stop shop. Finn Posse. We the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. Defense smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant.
Try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain. Pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane. Pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test. Expect nothing less, you check as I'm chess. What's happening next? He got the venom, a tangible weapon. No coming in second, this life is a lesson. He got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just...
What up, Finn fans? Welcome to another episode of the Finn Posse Podcast. I'm your host, Big C. Sorry, I'm running a little late today. Just trying to get these photos uploaded for you all. Not that you all need them. You know what these guys look like, but how is everyone doing? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Can I say that it's been an absolute wild start of the season, right? Teams that you think are going to win have been losing. Obviously the Miami Dolphins haven't had a great start. Well, they've had a horrible start, let's be honest. But, I think I know who's going to win a game, and then I'm mind blown that they don't win. Like, there's just been so much. If ever a year I felt like the NFL was wide open for someone to step up and have a real opportunity to win a Super Bowl, this is the year. This is the year. Who has truly been dominant this year in the NFL? Who? Michael, good morning. Marcos, good morning. We definitely need a GM first. We definitely do. Bonnie, good morning. Miller, good morning. Listen, Miller, it is far too early to say the New England Patriots are winning the division. Like, obviously, the season, if it's shown us anything, is that we have no idea what's truly going to happen. There's so much that is just mind-blowing. Like, I didn't think, I had mentioned at the beginning of the season, these are the games that I felt like the Buffalo Bills could, lose. I didn't think they were going to lose them, but I didn't think Buffalo was truly going to lose to Atlanta. But this Buffalo Bills defense is not good. This Buffalo Bills defense is definitely not good. How much did Bijan Robinson run for? What, he had 170 plus yards and a tutty, another 6-7 catches. Drake London catching balls all over the field. The Ravens, look at the Ravens. I thought they would have been the best team in the AFC. Baltimore, Cincinnati, Kansas City is hit or miss. Some weeks Kansas City looks like the best team in the NFL. Some weeks they don't look like they're going to make the playoffs. The Chargers, they started off strong, had some hiccups, barely beat the Miami Dolphins. Even the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have only one loss, they've struggled against the Jets. They could have definitely be sitting with a couple more losses. The Colts had a tough game this past weekend in a game that I thought that they were going to run away with. So in the NFC, you got Washington losing games. You got Philadelphia losing games. The Rams have lost to San Francisco. Detroit loses to Kansas City in a game that I thought that they was going to definitely win. So, this season is wide open. Who's going to step up and take it? Who's going to step up and take it? And it sucks at a season that's wide open. And of course, the Miami Dolphins are nowhere even close to being able to sniff the playoffs. Right? Why couldn't this be like this even last year or in 2022 or 2023? Why couldn't it be wide open like this then? I wouldn't be surprised if Bijan Robinson runs for 300 yards, man. Whoever's got Bijan Robinson and in fantasy, that's going to be a good 2 week span for him because you just went to one of the worst rush defenses in the NFL. Now you get to play Miami, who has the absolute worst rush defense in the NFL. So it's definitely been a strange year of unpredictability, right? But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about head coaching options for the Miami Dolphins, realistic ones, maybe long shots. I don't know who the Miami Dolphins are going to end up hiring as their next head coach. I do think Mike McDaniel is going to be the fall guy for the Miami Dolphins. Whether it's justified or not, I'll let you make up your own mind about that. I think Mike McDaniel's done some positive things here for the Miami Dolphins. He's also done some negative things. Obviously, typically you replace the general manager first, and I absolutely believe that that's the bigger need for this football team right now. But again, I don't feel confident that Chris Grier is going to lose his job. I don't have the confidence that Chris Grier is going to lose his job. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed, notifications. Sometimes I'm running late. Sometimes I got work. So sometimes it's not right on schedule. Make sure you hit all those buttons for me, please. And thank you. So who would you like to see come in and be the next head coach of the Miami Dolphins? Now, there's going to be plenty of options. Do you want a up-and-coming head coach? Do you want an established coach? Do you want an offensive coach? Do you want a defensive coach? Do you want a player-friendly coach? Do you want a disciplinarian coach? What kind of coach best fits a rebuilding Miami Dolphins team? What coach best fits a rebuilding Miami Dolphins team? Well, I think we need to take a look at what players are going to be here for sure. I think Patrick Paul is your building block. Devon Achane, he's your most valuable trade asset at this moment, I believe. I'm hearing rumblings about Jalen Waddle possibly being a trade option. I'm hearing the New York Giants are interested in Jalen Waddle. I'd absolutely explore that. I take some criticism because I don't see Jalen Waddle as a true number one receiver. listen, I think Jalen Waddle's got talent, right? I think he's a hell of a number 2 receiver. I don't see him in the Justin Jefferson or the Jamar Chase. I don't see him in that light. So if you're able to, he's going to be getting up there in age. He's constantly getting dinged up. It seems like every catch he makes, he's coming off the field limping. I just think if you're able to get something of value in terms of draft picks, I think you do it. He's got an expensive contract. He's going to be getting up there in age by the time we're ready to compete. I think you move on from Jalen Waddle if the price is right. I don't want anyone who's been a head coach before. McDaniel could be a better coach with a better quarterback, I think. Well, I was talking to Mike last night. We were discussing the Bills game and how things have been weird this year. And we were talking about Mike McDaniel, and Mike McDaniel has made his bed. Now he's got to lie in it, correct? He's made his mistakes. And I told Mike, I was like, I think Mike McDaniel can be I think he will someday be a very successful head coach. He's made his mistakes here, but let's be real. Mike McDaniel never got, most head coaches coming in, they get to choose their quarterback. Mike McDaniel didn't have that luxury. Listen, Mike McDaniel wasn't a hot name for coaching candidates. You know what I mean? This was the only job he interviewed for. What else is he going to say? Yeah, I love Tua. You know what I mean? And I think Mike McDaniel did his best with Tua. And I think he did a really good job. With Tua. I think if we hired someone else besides Mike McDaniel, Tua would have never reached the heights that he did. When Mike McDaniel came in, Tua was so emotionally damaged from Brian Flores that, I don't know if Tua would have made it another year or two. So there's a, I think if Mike McDaniel was given I think it's too late for him here. You know what I mean? You can't go from being the best friends with everybody to being the disciplinarian unless you turn over the whole roster. I just think too much damage has been done here. But I think he will end up being a good head coach. I do. As far as me, what I would like to see in our next head coach, I do want someone with some experience, a proven track record. I want someone that has won in this league before. I don't want someone that we have no idea if they're even up for the job, right? You get a lot of these guys in here that have never been head coaches before, and they're just lost. The job is too big for them. I want a head coach that knows how to delegate responsibilities to his coordinators. I don't want a head coach that's calling plays on defense or calling plays on offense. That takes up too much of your time away from actually being the head coach. Mike McDaniel's so wrapped up in the offense that he has no idea what's going on with the rest of the team like he should. He's not able to concentrate on the fundamentals of the game of football because he's so wrapped up in play calling. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So I definitely want someone that can bring in some coordinators that they feel comfortable in and they can delegate responsibilities to those coordinators. That's what the coordinators' jobs are for. What reason do you have an offensive coordinator if you're not going to allow them to run the offense? What's the sense of having a defensive coordinator you're not going to let them run the defense. Now I got a bunch of names here. I don't think all these guys are the right fit. I don't know if any of these guys are the right fit. You know what I mean? I don't know what the right answer is at this point. I don't have all the answers. I don't pretend to. But these are a list of potential head coaches that the Miami Dolphins could bring in. And you kind of got them in there's likely options, long shots, and then probably not going to happen, but you never know. Lewis says, I blame Tua for everything. If he was elite, he would have seen McDonald's full playbook. Justin Herbert in this offense would be flourish even more. Bring in Rex Ryan. He'll bench Tua. Lewis, I agree with some of those things. I can't agree with everything. I can't agree with all of that. Tua definitely needed to be better from Jump Street. But this is you don't blame Chris Grier more so than Tua. Chris Greer's the one that drafted Tua. Tua is Tua. You know what I mean? Like, but Chris Greer's the one that drafted him. Chris Grier has continued to draft poorly for this football team. I mean, we've seen Justin Herbert behind a bad offensive line, and he hasn't looked great neither. And I don't know if Rex Ryan's the right answer neither. You know what I mean? But maybe he is. Maybe he is. I don't have all the answers. I know one thing. I know a few things. First and foremost, Tua Tagovailoa does need to be replaced 100%. 100%. He has regressed this year. And even before this year started, I said he needed to be replaced because he couldn't stay healthy. He can't win in big moments. He needs to be replaced. Yeah, you know, listen, your opinion's your opinion, my opinion's my opinion. You know, I think we both come to the conclusion that a full reset is what is needed, and that's all that matters. Whatever way gets us to winning football games and being competitive. Listen, I'm all for. As far as giving Weaver interim head coach, why would you think that Anthony Weaver deserves interim head coach? I'd rather rock out with Mike McDaniel for the rest of the season than to give Anthony Weaver anything. This defense has been horrendous this year. This defense is a bigger issue than the offense at this moment. And that's my opinion. If Phillips makes tackle, we're talking a whole different story. I don't know if we are, Aqua. I don't know if we are. Does winning that game against the Chargers really change things? I don't think it does. I don't know if one single tackle changes things. But to be fair, no money was put on defense. Again, that's on the general manager, right? We're talking general manager, and I'm not, listen, it all boils down to Chris Grier to me. Whether, you can blame the guys that are on the field, and absolutely, they're the ones making the plays. They're the ones out there playing football, right? They're the ones out there playing football. But if you sit there and you're picking, let's say you're back in elementary school and you're picking your kickball team, right? And you go and you pick all the players that aren't very good or only got a certain skill set instead of the best players, what's going to happen? What's up, Justin? Thanks for tuning in, brother. How do you feel, Justin? You're new to the channel. How do you feel? What's the biggest issue with this football team right now? And Lewis, I don't know if you're still here, but what other major sports franchise in the 4 major sports in North America, what other franchise allows the general manager to be there for 10 years, have multiple rebuilds, no playoff success, multiple top draft picks be busts, and doesn't multiple coaches go through multiple coaching regimes and not get replaced? What general manager gets that in North American sports? How many coaches is this going to be for Chris Grier? How many draft picks is Chris Grier just absolutely blown? Like, I went through the list of best draft picks by Mike McDaniel, or by Chris Grier, my fault. And after the top 5, the list gets so sketchy. It gets so sketchy. And there's been years where you had, the Tua draft, you had 3 first-round picks. And you can't tell me in a 10-year time frame, you don't got more than 5 decent players. Listen, I'm going to send the link out there. Anybody that wants to come on and speak, by all means. By all means. But I truly feel that Chris Grier needs to be replaced first and foremost. Tua Tagovailoa needs to be replaced. And Mike McDaniel needs to be replaced too. I don't know what the right answer is. You there?
Yeah. I ain't hear you at first.
So what's up? Where do we go from here?
Shit, I'm on the same side with you. Fire Greer, let McDaniel finish the year out. I also feel like after this Browns game, I kind of want to rock with Tua the rest of the year, but I kind of want to bench him too. Like, I'm on the fence about that because I'm with giving Mike McDaniel the rest of the year, but if we give him the rest of the year and we bench Tua and Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers come in and still stink it up, that just means McDaniel gone too. So that's why I say I'm kind of on the fence with, benching Tua or not. That's why I'm on the fence with that, because I'm still, like, as far as Mike McDaniel being the leader, I'm done with it. But his creative juices with these plays and everything, I'm still for it. I don't know who that is in the background.
Morning, Big C.
What's up, Michael? What's up?
Thanks for having me on the show. I just want to say one thing, bro. He's had 21 draft picks since 2019, bro. The guy's a loser, man. They need to get rid of him.
Yeah, but is Stephen Ross going to pull the trigger? Like, I really feel like there's some dirt down there that, Chris Grier has on Stephen Ross, because, like I said, what other major sports franchise in the 4 major North American sports allows a general manager to go this far, this deep into?
I figured it out.
You're gonna have to put him on mute, Big C. You're gonna have to mute him.
Uh,
Yeah, you're gonna have to mute him. He wasn't even talking to us then.
but what other general manager gets that much wiggle room? You know what I
No,
mean?
no, what, no other, and the only reason why Chris Greer still got his job is because of that situation with Brian Flores right now.
But that's not even close to being over with. You know what I mean? So like, what are we
Right.
just stuck?
I mean, the way Steven Ross is moving, yes, we stuck with him. He don't want no. I mean, I feel like he should go ahead and take the backlash now than trying to kick the can down the road. But like, we stuck with Greer as long as this Brian Flores shit is out.
Yeah, I mean, at some point, you just gotta, you gotta
Yeah,
cut
you
your
got to rip
ties
the band-aid. Yeah.
yeah, you gotta do what needs to be done.
Because I just don't like you saying, I just don't understand what general manager survived three head coaches. You know, did he survive? Wasn't he here with Joe Philman or Adam Gase?
I feel like he had to have been, right?
I feel like it too. You know, Joe Philman, you know, Brian Flores, and now we on the fence with Mike McDaniel. Chris Greer got to go.
I mean, he might not have hired Philbin or Adam Gase. I forget which one was which, but he was definitely here with them.
Well, I feel like he got to go because during his tenure here, the identity of this team is just like him. We don't know what the fuck. Well, excuse me for cussing.
That's all right.
You know, and that's just what I'm getting. You know, like I understand the head coach, that the team goes, how the head coach goes, but this team only has an identity of its general manager because the general manager is the only one that is responsible for really putting the team together outside of these head coaches.
What's up, Miller? Is that
Big C, they got a clean house.
what's up?
They got a clean house, bro, from top to bottom.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's that time. I just don't have the confidence that Chris Greer is willing to, or Stephen Ross, my fault, is willing to do it.
Well, they don't have no.
Even now, there's reports that they're interested in replacing the coach, but there's no talk of replacing the general manager.
Yeah, and just replacing the coach without the general manager, we kicking ourselves. We putting ourselves in the same pot as always. And that's Michael with his TV in the background.
And Michael, turn your
C.
TV down. What up, Pete?
Okay,
What up?
I did.
Why are you putting this season on the defense more than the offense? I gotta know.
Because we're giving up 200 yards rushing a game. We're scoring
Yeah,
points. We're not scoring
You
points.
and me both knew going into this season that the defense was nothing spectacular, and we saw the glaring holes.
Listen, I thought we were going to give up passing yards. I didn't think we was going to give up 200 yards rushing a game, 175
And Rasul
yards.
Douglas and Joe have been
Rasul
great.
Douglas has actually played good.
Yo, Big C, what's up with everybody over here talking about we need a complete meltdown from top to bottom?
You don't think so?
How? No.
What we need to change, Pete?
The quarterback. Give us new life.
Just
That's
the
it.
quarterback?
Just the quarterback.
Pete.
Let Greer cook. Let McDaniel cook with a new guy with no stress over his shoulders.
What Greer
You put
cooking?
Mahomes behind Jonah, he's still gonna get hit. No one's surviving behind Jonah.
The most hit quarterback in the NFL is Justin Herbert, dude. He has a bad offensive line too. They're sitting pretty at 4-2.
Jonas Sinai is making Liam Eichenberg look better.
That's fine.
Just
These
let
guys
that-
are only gonna
let that
get
sink.
better. These guys can only get better. Did you guys watch the Bills games last night? Let me say, I want y'all to pay attention to something. Last night, I'm watching the Bills game. All they're doing during the game is praising the offensive line of the Bills. Oh, they return 5 guys. They're bringing back 5 guys. These guys are great. And they're still talking about them live during a snap where all 5 guys look like crap. All gave up pressure. Josh Allen gets sacked. Like, it happens, bro. Salvaneo will only get
Lewis,
better.
Mahomes is an all-time great. We got to stop thinking that we're gonna find this all-time great. You know, there's only a couple of elite players in this league. We got to stop comparing every quarter. You know what I mean? Yeah, Patrick
Yeah, but
Mahomes
our
is going to make
quarterbacks
things.
get
even
paid Patrick Mahomes money.
Exactly,
even when
Big
you
C.
use
Like, Patrick Mahomes are born every day, right? They act like
even
Patrick Mahomes are born every day now.
even when you use the middle tier quarterbacks to compare, we don't even stack up to that.
Listen,
We can go to the second tier of quarterbacks. We can find them a lot. Tua is not in that second tier.
I agree, but we can't pretend that all we got to do is replace the quarterback and everything's good. That's
I
not.
mean, look at Washington Commanders. They was a dumpster fire until they just got a quarterback. Damn,
If
Michael
we
K
got a
killing me
left
with
guard,
that.
a right guard, and a right tackle, Tua would not be looking as bad as he is right now.
How is that when it comes down to decision making? And when it's decision making, it has nothing to do with the offensive line in decision making time.
Tulla's
Well,
Just
done,
making the
man.
decisions you're coached to, right?
Well, to give
You
credit to
you
Tua,
you
right, with this bad offensive line, we were down 26-20 versus the Chargers. The same offensive line that we have that's so bad. The same coach that everyone wants canned out of the building. The same GM that built this trash roster like all these Dolphin fans are claiming. That same trash Tua took us down, had nearly a perfect drive, and took the lead with 45 seconds left on the clock against the Chargers.
A broke clock's right twice a day, brother. That don't mean he can do it every time, because we need that every time on this team. You get that? Tua
Mahomes
has to
ain't
be
doing it
perfect
every
for us
time.
to compete.
Not even Mahomes is doing that every time. To be clutch in
And what's
moments,
Mahomes'
come on,
record
bro.
right now? What are the Chiefs' record?
Mahomes is doing it more often than not. You know what I mean? Like we can't put Tua we can't talk about Tua like he's Mahomes. Not even close. You know what I mean? Like Tua's not that quarterback, and Tua needs to be replaced. I'm not saying he doesn't. I'm just saying we have no running game. We have no pass protection. We can't stop the run. We can't stop the pass. Like there's more issues than just Tua.
Well, when the leader of your team is not does not have these players wanting to play for him, it exposes a lot like the run game. The run game is nothing but players that's willing to hit, willing to clog up holes. Willingness. That's willingness. And if when you don't have a quarterback that make you want to do those things, the stuff will look abysmal like it does.
I don't know how it's on the defense though, because the defense has given this offense, I don't know how many 3-and-out opportunities to take the lead and sustain the lead.
Bro,
Not that,
And then when they
not
collapse
that,
in the
not
defense
that
last
saved
10
many.
us.
Come
The
seconds,
on.
defense saved us versus the Chargers. Tua
The
kept giving
defense
up
lost the
short.
game against the
No,
Chargers. They saved
bro, they
us.
gave us the game, and every
They
turnover,
gave it.
short field,
There was
we only
45
allowed
seconds
field
left, and
goals.
they let them drive down the field and score.
how
Like,
many
come on, you
straight
got to
consecutive
keep it
3-and-outs
real,
did
though.
the offense have that the
So you
defense
don't think
gave
the
them?
defense saw? You don't think a defender, or the safety, the corner saw Justin Herbert wrapped up and thought the play was over? Come on, that was a lucky play, bro. That guy cagged it, bro. He broke a tackle.
Look at the
And
time of possession. We can't even sustain drives. Of course, our defense is already butter, but when we make
listen,
them stay out there,
27 points should be enough to win you the game. You disagree?
27 points
right?
will win you a
But
lot of
we're on the
games. Yeah.
Bengals. We're doing the Bengals
They,
thing right now.
they had a minus.
27 points, and that's with 3 picks.
they had a minus 11 yards in the third quarter. How are you going to win football games like that?
You're not. You're absolutely not. Listen, I'm not saying he's not the problem. I'm just trying to say he's not the only problem. Chris Greer is by far the biggest problem for this football team. He is the one responsible for Tua being here. He drafted
He's
a
also responsible for A-Chain being here.
Injured. Okay, but there's a lot more
Patrick
picks he's
Paul.
missed on than hit. There's a lot more picks he's missed than hit.
This isn't Chris Greer's first time doing this. He did this to Flores, and Flores still went out and won 10 games and then got fired because of it. McDaniel
And think about everything Chris Greer has had to deal with because of this organization's flaws from the owner. Chris Greer is dealing with these as well. It's not
Chris
all
Greer
on
is
him.
the cause of these.
No, it's the owner
Yes.
most of the time.
Listen, the owner is opening up his checkbook and like, go get who you want to get. He's the Chris Greer is the one out there. Oh, the offensive line's fine. Oh, let's let Calais Campbell
Was he
walk
lying?
out the door. Oh, let's not
The
address the
offensive
cornerback
line
room.
was fine.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Based on schematics, Tua was one of the least sacked quarterbacks in the league. Tua was one of the most efficient quarterbacks throwing out of the pocket.
That's because of the offensive scheme.
Okay, so if the offensive scheme and Chris Greer knows the scheme, Chris Greer knows the plan, you're telling me, Big C, Chris Greer needs to go out, pay 5 all-pro offensive linemen.
I didn't say 5.
Knows,
I didn't say 5
I'm just saying
all-pro.
he needs to have the best offensive line, exaggerate every single money into that department that you need to stabilize it when you know you got a quarterback that gets rid of the ball quick.
We still got to be able to run the football though.
We had 20 touchdowns and he failed to win a playoff game with Raheem Mostert.
We were devastated by injuries that year. I don't want to get into all that. Like,
injuries aren't an excuse, bro.
They absolutely are, because if the Baltimore Ravens were healthy right now, they wouldn't be 1-5. Believe that.
Injuries to the quarterback is an excuse.
True.
But that's about it.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Patrick Mahomes is 0-2 in Super Bowls because of his offensive line being hurt.
Oh, you don't think that had nothing to do with Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Not as much as the offensive line being hurt, no.
Patrick Mahomes is not unbeatable, bro.
The fact that the Philadelphia, I didn't say he was unbeatable, but he's damn near close.
He brings in play.
Look at the Buffalo Bills. The Bills. You know how Bills fans were making fun of us because we can't beat teams above 500? The Bills seem like that team too.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. I said the Bills weren't that good this year, and people were saying I was just hating, but Josh Allen's fantastic. James Cook's very good, but you don't give Josh Allen
Patriots,
any receiving weapons. You don't give them their rush defense is absolutely horrid too.
If we make a switch to Zach and we go on a winning run on these beatable games, these upcoming games, for example, we switch to Zach. We beat the Browns. We beat the Falcons. We beat the Ravens. And we beat the Bills.
You think Zach Wilson's an upgrade over Tua Tagovailoa?
You don't think Zach Wilson is an upgrade over Tua Tagovailoa?
No.
Absolutely not.
He's not better than Tua Tagovailoa.
Wow.
No. What has he done, brother? He has a more talented right arm. Like he can throw the football better than Tua. But upstairs, he don't got it, bro.
Wow.
He gets sacked more than
Zach
any
Wilson.
other
You put Zach
since
Wilson
he's been
against
drafted.
that. You put Zach Wilson in, it's a wrap.
You have, bro. You don't remember the preseason game? Zach Wilson, 3rd and 18. Think about this play for a second. Wait. No.
I'm talking about
3rd
preseason,
and 18. Listen to me, bro. 3rd and 18. Zach Wilson throws it to Eric Ezukama for a first down on 3rd and 18 with a ball that went to the sticks. Where we get that at with Tua? We're doing trick plays with Waddle to try to get a first down on 3rd and long with Tua, and you're trying to tell me Tua is better than Zach Wilson? That man has
Brother,
a
that's
feather arm, bro.
preseason.
Because he can throw the ball. He got more velocity on his
We
ball.
can
Come
get the
on.
ball downfield, heading north, upfield. This side to
To
side
who? So
gig gotta
Jalen
go.
Waddle can jump in
So
the air and catch
you're
it?
telling me you're satisfied with this side to side gig, bro?
No, not
Did
at
you
all.
watch
You're
any
telling
of the
me
training camp?
this little gig Tua got going on got you confused where you think Zach can't do this crap?
I'm saying Zach
Quinn
Wilson can't do it.
Ewers was beating out Zach Wilson in camp, and the only reason Zach Wilson is still on this team is because he's getting paid $7 million.
I'm not gonna argue against Zach Wilson or Quinn Ewers. I like both of those guys. Quinn Ewers is better than Tua, fellas.
What's there to like about Zach Wilson? What has he shown you as a pro?
Nothing.
He showed me that he can make plays happen in a horrible structure with the New York
He
Jets.
showed you one play
He won
during
more games
preseason.
as a Jet starter in one season than Aaron Rodgers did the year they benched him.
Yeah, Mac Jones was out there free for the taking, and now look at him in San Francisco. We could have had Mac Jones here.
Screw
The
Mac Jones. It cost me
dysfunction from the
$1,900.
Jets is
I only need
terrible.
him to throw one touchdown. Need a Mac
They're
Jones
not
throw
gonna-
one touchdown for $1,900.
They're not going to move on from Tua because he's making too much money. Bottom line, the only way they're going to move on from Tua is if he gets hurt. And I'd
How
rather
is he gonna
see
start on Sunday, bro?
I'd rather
After
see
what
Quinn
he
Ewers.
snitched. Yeah, I agree. I like Quinn Ewers too, my guy. But listen, how is Tua going to start on Sunday after these snitching allegations? How?
If you want my opinion, I think
I
this
want to
is
know.
Tua's last year, brother. He'll medically retire if he doesn't. He's not going to go to another team.
Let me
He's going to
explain
retire a
something to you.
golfer.
To all of the guys out there that are thinking Tua's going to medically retire, if that was something he was willing to do, he would have done it already. He fought against that because the man is chasing the bag. He's going to milk this cow as long as this cow has milk. He's not going to stop unless they take the cow away from him.
But let's be realistic. You think Tua's going to finish the season uninjured behind this line?
I'm going to tell you one thing straight up. He's going to do everything he can to try. He don't care
His
about
blind
mental
side is the
loss.
right side, so of course he might get injured again because
Tua wants the season to be over already. That's the initial feeling I get. He just wants the season to be dead. He's
I
done with
don't
it.
wish ill will on Tua
I want it to be
Tagovailoa. Let
over
me
at
say
this
that
point.
first and foremost. I think he will, he's a great person. He doesn't need to get hurt. But he's going to get hurt because we keep throwing him
He's
out
just
there with
fragile.
no protection. And he's already made of glass.
What's up, Glenn? What's up, Anthony?
he's already fragile, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets injured. Like
You know what?
And if he
I'm not
sustains
wishing
another
injury on the
injury,
kid, but we already know the kid is very fragile. Like if he gets hit the wrong way or hit directly, he's gonna get a broken rib. He's gonna get another concussion and stuff like that. So I blame Greer because he caved, or I blame Ross for listening to this idiot coach giving Tua this extension. Like a guy like McDaniel doesn't have the cachet to do something like that, and what's his name? And Ross caved to him and gave Tua the extension and stuff like that. Explain that to me. How does a coach who's only been a head coach for 2 or 3 years have that much say? Like I can understand a guy like Harbaugh, the Harbaugh brothers doing this, going over the GM and telling the owner to sign the quarterback to the extension. But McDaniel, who had only been a coach for 3 years, how does he have that much power, like that much cachet to do something like that? Go over the GM's head to convince the owner to sign this kid to an extension.
well, you got to give the context to it, really. I mean, you got to understand McDaniel came here, said he was going to fix Tua, and that he could do it with the defensive coordinator they picked for him. He came here, showed that he fixed Tua, had 2023, and we were well on our way. So, I mean, with that context and his proof record at that time, I mean, why not? The man's making gold out of hay. Like he's
No,
Rip Van
but you understand. I understand he with the context that he was brought in here to fix Tua, but I can understand. I'm going to use an example. I can understand a coach like, let's say we had brought in a John Gruden, and he said he could fix Tua. I can understand him overriding the GM because he has the respect and credibility of the track record he's had in the NFL with the Super Bowls and stuff like that, and playoff wins.
Well, I mean, they were coming off a fairly successful season. They just extended Mike McDaniel, so they probably said that, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do?
I get it.
They made the wrong choice.
Y'all know who I'm getting tired of, and I've been tired of this player, man. I'm so tired of Waddle, bro, with these drops. Like
Coming off the field, stumbling, injured every fucking time he catches the ball.
Don't even look as fast as he used to be anymore.
It's because he jumps to catch every ball. He jumps to catch every ball.
He has to jump because Tua overthrows it.
That's not true. That's not true.
Out of all the high-paid wide receivers, he's probably dead last.
What's up, Glenn? How you doing? Long time no see.
Oh yeah, I've been working night shift and stuff. But man, y'all I don't know what y'all watching. This team has nothing to do with anything else. The biggest problem with this team, and it's been from the beginning, is leadership. This team don't know what it's doing. And it don't matter who you have at the thing. If you don't have good leadership, it don't matter if you have Tom Brady. It will fail.
And when you
I disagree with that. Some of y'all
guys, do you agree when feelings. Do you guys agree with this? That it seems like we have we have financial people getting involved, like the two guys who deal with the contracts and stuff like that. What's his name? The Garfinkel and the other guy, Brandon Shore. It seems like those guys are telling the GM and the guys who know. Well, I don't say Greer knows about football, but guys like who have success building winning teams and stuff like that, telling them who to draft and stuff like that is the issue with this team. Those guys should be far away from the scouting department.
No, Chris Greer's drafting who Chris.
Am I going crazy?
Chris Greer's drafting who Chris Greer wants. There's reports out there that the year that we drafted Minkah Fitzpatrick, that Stephen Ross wanted Lamar Jackson, and Chris Greer laid down straight up, no, we're taking Minkah.
Yeah,
like you got the owner of the team sitting in there like, I want Lamar Jackson, and he was like, no, we're taking Minkah. You hired me as general manager, let me be general manager.
So yeah, because didn't he threaten Ross, if you hire Lamar, just fire me?
I don't know.
That's what they should have did.
This is coming from Joe Rose. He actually reported it, like him and Omar reported it after that draft that Greer threatened Ross, fire me. If you're going to draft Lamar over Mika at number 12, fire me. I'm like,
yo, you know what I just thought about right now, Big C?
What's up?
If Waddle makes that catch, we chew off 40 seconds off the clock. Guaranteed. We lost because of Waddle, bro. Not only did we lose because we lost because of Waddle, bro. We lost because of Waddle.
The defense couldn't stop him, bro.
This man Waddle needs to be traded for a second. immediately. Get him off this team while we can. To say we're going to create cap space. Bro, I promise y'all, where's Malik? Malik Washington can do what Waddle does. We just need a better 1A wide receiver.
No,
Waddle's
I think
borderline at
we
a
need to
C.
draft Jordan
Waddle
Tyson.
is borderline a C receiver, bro. This guy's on the average, soon to be below average if he keeps it up with the drops.
I don't disagree.
And what makes it worse, he's on a high contract.
A real high contract.
Yeah, we overpaid him because we want to make Tua comfortable. That's the issue. The quarterback is the issue where we overpaid receivers. We overpaid a receiver that really doesn't deserve that contract, really.
Again, Waddle should not have been here. It's a Chris Greer issue. Chris Greer should have just sat on his ass and drafted Jamar Chase at number 3.
He was thinking only for Tua. That's what happens. That's exactly what he gets.
If we draft Chase at 3, if we draft Chase at 3, there's no need to trade for Tyreek Hill.
Facts.
And then we have all those draft picks.
Yep.
Can you guys hear me?
and honestly, this is why I'm honestly thinking we're gonna draft Jordan Tyson, the kid from Arizona State, at number 4, wherever we're gonna be drafting in the top 10 and stuff like that.
I think we're gonna trade out of the first round. We're gonna trade back and accumulate picks for next season in 2027. 2026 is the rebuild capital year.
Listen, if Chris Greer's still here, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, I don't believe any of these reports that
we might go
Ross
into
is
this
get fired.
with no
They just
first-round
signed him to an
draft pick.
extension. You really think he's going to fire him?
Can you guys hear me?
The bottom line is the defense is pitiful. That's the bottom line. They can't stop nobody. How are you going to win games like that?
That's clueless Weaver's fault, bro. Why we got Jalen Phillips covering?
He don't have the players, bro.
First of all, like this is what makes me mad. Actually, we blame the defense, but the offense has been inept the whole season. What do you?
So hasn't the defense? So hasn't the defense? We gave up. What was it? 2 games without a punt. Damn near. Come on.
But hey,
Big C,
let's go before we got on the defense. Before we get into defense, every game,
I think he
Can
broke
anybody
up, or
hear
was
me?
it me? I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, he's having.
They want
connection
to
issues.
keep blaming the defense, Big C. I ain't trying to hear nothing about this defense, to be honest. I
Come
just told
on,
y'all.
bro.
Waddle lost us the game, bro. If Waddle makes
Listen,
that catch, he takes 40 seconds off the clock. That's all Josh Allen has.
And maybe so. Maybe you're right. But listen,
and if
you've seen a Cincinnati team last year with an explosive offense and the defense was straight garbage, and they were still unable to win. It would be the same thing here. It's the same thing here. This defense is just as much the issue, if not a bigger issue, at this very moment than the offense.
Yeah. No, and Big C, can you explain to me? This is what these Mike Daniel defenders that I can't stand. They criticize Flores for going through like 4 or 5 offensive coordinators. Hasn't McDaniel gone through the same amount of DCs almost since he began with the Dolphins?
Well, I mean, that's not his fault. The first general manager was pressed. Our first defensive coordinator was pressed upon him. He didn't want him here. The next one was what's his face that went to the Eagles. He didn't want to be here at all. He just wanted to be in Philadelphia. So, I mean, you can't blame that on Mike McDaniel.
I know that, but people criticize. I understand it's not his fault that he was forced. Boyer was forced upon him, and Fangio didn't want to be here. But what I'm saying is, I find it hypocritical that people that defend him, they overlook that he's been close to the same through the same amount of DCs that Flores has been with. Like, this is what makes me mad. there's a double standard. They defend this guy, but they criticize Flores for being through the same amount of offensive coordinators. Like, it's hypocritical to me. You agree?
Yeah, I don't know. Who's got the
where
dog?
Flores messed up was had that dual offensive coordinators at two at the same time. Because some crazy stuff like that. That's what his problem was.
But you understand, Dean. You understand what I'm saying. Do you agree?
But this team right here, that's Flores. Flores was what he did. But the problem with this team is everybody. It's every damn team on the team. It's special teams, defense, offense, coach. It's everything. How can you fix everything?
The players don't listen at all to McDaniel. Like, they walk over. I don't think the players are listening to him. Like, they already tuned the guy. He took too long to set rules and boundaries that right now it feels like the players are not like taking him seriously when he's trying to be a disciplinarian.
Listen, this is strictly a lack of talent in key areas. It's not players not listening. It's not that. It's the fact that our offensive line is a makeshift offensive line of guys that shouldn't probably even be in the NFL. Larry Borum should not be in the NFL probably. Strange is a late round draft pick that should nowhere be near the starting lineup. Jonah should not be starting right now. Defensively, we don't think Patrick should be starting?
But
Zach Sealer, they're trying to make him a nose tackle. That's not what he is, because Kenneth Grant's not playing well right now. Jordan Phillips ain't playing well right now. The corners are all fourth or fifth string players at best. Like, we got a lack of
Mika doesn't want to be there.
I'm sure he doesn't. Who wants to be a part of that?
But you tell me this, with all that stuff you just said, with all that stuff you said, if we agree, why hasn't Miami won when they had the ball at the end and had a chance to win?
You said what?
Why hasn't
you say all that
Miami
stuff?
Won at the end?
Why hasn't Miami won at the end of the game when they had a chance to win?
Because
they can't make plays.
Tua's regressed this year, in my opinion.
Big time.
He's not making the throws that typically are routine, that were routine throws for him in the past. He's not making those routine.
The kid was overrated from the beginning, to be honest. He shouldn't have been drafted this high because of the stupid ass injury. Like, this is the issue with Greer. He has a track record of either drafting or signing players that have a horrible injury history.
Hey, I seen that. I seen Tua in Alabama before his hip injury, and he was more mobile. He had more velocity on his ball, but he could use his hip to throw it. I do not know why you will take a quarterback and not even be able to practice. Remember 2020, we weren't even able to try him out.
Yeah, he sent videos.
We were. Yeah, sent videos. You know how many high school players?
Listen, I'm not. I'm just telling you what he did. I'm not saying.
Yeah, listen, that was the worst draft.
There's no way that you draft Tua. There's no way. He's an undersized left-handed quarterback with limited arm strength, coming off. First off, he's injury prone, coming off a career-threatening injury to his hip. The one place that he can get some torque to put anything on his footballs, and you still draft him in the top 5. That right there should be reason enough to fire Chris Greer.
No, and my big reason actually for not wanting it has nothing to do with the injury. It was more what Sarkisian, his coordinator at the time, said, and what's his name? Saban said that basically even when he was healthy, they would basically they had to do what McDaniel did, where they knew he couldn't throw outside the numbers in college. They had to throw everything in the middle of the field, and defenses would, if they didn't adjust, they would basically shut down Alabama's offense because Tua doesn't have the arm strength to throw consistently outside the numbers. That was a big
so again, how is that not Chris Greer's fault? You can't blame someone for not having a physical tool. You can't blame him because he can't do it.
But Ross wanted Tua.
If you say you're going to draft me top 5, if you're going to say you draft me top 5, I'm going to take your money. If there's an opportunity for me to get more of your money, I'm going to take more of your money. Like, you can't blame Tua for this. I'm not blaming Tua, but lots of times we do instead of Tua's the problem, not Chris Greer, not anybody else. Chris Greer,
Ross wanted this kid. Ross was the one, like Ross.
Well, Ross wanted Lamar Jackson too, and we didn't get Lamar Jackson, right?
Yeah, but I can't believe I'm saying this. I feel that Ross and Greer caved to this tank for Tua BS campaign. To be honest, like they caved to a certain fan base that wasn't even Dolphins fans to begin with. Like they were Alabama and Tua fans from the start.
Listen, we can't take that back. It does us no good to talk about it. The key is, how do we come back from all of this? Tua still's got a lot of money owed to him. Chris Greer, is he going to get fired? Is he not going to get fired?
No, he's getting promoted. I keep on hearing Joe Rose and Big O say he's getting promoted, and he's going to still be in the front office.
As long as he's not drafting players for this football team or making player decisions for this football team, I don't give a shit if Stephen Ross makes him his vice president of any whatever.
As long as they're saying he's promoted to football operation, head of football operations.
Well, then
the overall football operations department.
Then we're probably in trouble for years to come.
I want Louis Riddick for GM. That's who I want. Louis Riddick for GM. What are they going to do against Cleveland Sunday? That defensive line's going to eat Tula up. It might put him out of his misery, bro.
And Big C, I have a question. We criticize Jonah a lot for looking trash, but can we be fair that I've noticed that our center, Aaron Brewer, gets very, like, he gets overrun sometimes. Like he doesn't hold his blocks up, and when a rookie has to cover up for a veteran who's constantly getting overrun, and he's missing his own block, can you blame him or do you blame the center?
Well, they act like Aaron Brewer is playing decent football this year. I mean,
they should have put Juna at right guard. That's what the mistake they made. He played that in college. Why you put him in the left guard? That's stupidity.
We didn't have a left guard. Like
Jonah was gonna have his problems.
A rookie is a rookie. I think the offensive line in general is the hardest position to develop. Like, because everybody expects the kid to be a super. Like, since Quentin Nelson got in the league, there's an unrealistic expectation for an interior guy to perform at that level. I'm not saying just us, but fans in general have this unrealistic expectation in their head that everybody's going to be a Quentin Nelson, and Quentin is a generational talent at the guard position.
Well, Membu's playing really good this year. The left tackle for the Patriots is playing really good.
Oh yeah, they're playing. He's playing real good. He ain't playing no good. Their whole offensive line is trash.
Who, Membu for the Jets?
All of them are.
Membu's playing good football.
Well, no, there ain't one offensive lineman this year that has really stood out and done something like the Detroit Lions one when ALOT, is it?
Nah, the left tackle for the Patriots is playing. He's the top rated tackle in football, I think.
Yes, but there ain't nobody that did what when Alt was drafted
Penei Sewell.
before. Is it Maso before Tua or right after Tua
No, it was
Waddle?
after Waddle. It was after Waddle.
Right after Waddle.
Yeah, Penei
Yeah.
Sewell.
Now that's the person we should have drafted.
We should have drafted Tristan Wirfs at number instead of Waddle.
Well, yeah. Bonnie said Teron Armstead. You know, Teron Armstead wasn't good his rookie year. Patrick Paul wasn't good his rookie year, and now he's looking like he can be a franchise left tackle. So I'm not. Listen, I think Jonah will end up getting it right.
We need to be patient.
I think the kid's a hard worker. I think he'll end up being a good player. I think Kenneth Grant's going to end up being a good player. You know what I mean? I think Jordan Phillips will end up being a good player. The problem is that we needed these guys to come in and play all pro football from the start, and it wasn't a realistic expectation. You know what I mean? It just wasn't.
Would you guys?
So when they didn't come in and play all pro, we're struggling.
I have a question. Would you guys rather draft a quarterback at number? Would you draft like a Spencer Fanu from Utah, or like a tackle at number 4 wherever we're drafting, or do you draft another position like quarterback or like a defensive back like Caleb Downs?
Listen, if there's a top 5 quarterback that's worthy of getting drafted and we're in the top 5, you take a quarterback. If there's a quarterback that you feel like is a franchise quarterback, you take that quarterback.
You take
but the issue, the 2 guys that are projected in the top 5 are going to be gone because Cleveland needs a quarterback. And
who says we have a better record than Cleveland?
We might end up with the worst record in the league.
Oh, no. And the Saints are going to be drafting ahead of us.
No, they're not. The Saints have looked actually competent. The Saints have actually looked decent. I think the Saints beat us.
You think so? With Spencer Rattler?
Yes.
I actually don't see a win. If we don't win this week, I don't see a win on this list. The problem is with winning, it's just not playing good and stuff like that. It's all the internal commotion that causes problems on your team. And Miami's just too much drama. And when you have all this drama, that's what beats down a team in a year. It's not the offense and defense. It's all the drama in the locker room, in the front office. That's what kills the team. If you look at all the bad teams in the league, it is because they have problems in the front office or in the locker room. That is what causes bad teams.
I agree with you, Glenn. I don't think we win 2 more games this year. Sorry to say.
It's not our team. It's the drama. It's the confusion. I mean, we see that they're bringing a blitz, and all of a sudden we are talking with 5 guys, and they get.
What confuses me is how anybody in that locker room hasn't called out Tua for those comments that he called out the team.
Hey, those comments is because of him. They called not a team. They called a players only meeting, and only people that call player only meetings are your leaders. And when players don't show up on time for your players only meeting, that's not on the head coach. That is on the players, and that is on the leaders. And that shows me that not one leader, Tua included, is the reason why these people are not showing up on time.
I'm talking about
or
Tua's
even
comments.
showing to it.
I'm talking about Tua's comments.
Yeah, what was his comment? That the
he
players ain't showing up for.
Yeah, no.
For players
people are
only
showing
meetings.
up late to the player, and when I hear
on
that,
him.
Yeah,
that's on him, not the coach. That
means
Tua,
the players don't take
coach.
Tua seriously. That's the issue.
Exactly.
It's just not Tua. Listen, this team. This is the beginning of the end for this team. This is where Mike McDaniel starts losing this team.
Exactly.
They don't care. They're starting to not to care. You know what I mean? They're starting to realize that there's no coming back from this, and
I'll
players
bring
are going to
back
start
what I
checking
said
out.
from the beginning, what I said earlier, Big C, when it feels like Mike McDaniel tried to be friends with these guys early on and let them get away with stuff.
All right, yeah, but we already knew that. You know what I mean? Like, we're beating a dead horse. We already knew that was the case. We already knew that was a situation. There's nothing we can do about it now. The main purpose
but
of
then
this,
he's trying to be a disciplinarian now, and set rules and stuff. Like, this is what I don't get. Like Teron Armstead said on his podcast, a whole bunch of veterans would show up late because when he first got there, when McDaniel became the coach, he allowed players to show up constantly late, and when he finally set times, and like this season, the players are not listening to him, like, because he allows them to get away with showing up late.
Cool, but is that why we're giving up 175 yards rushing a game?
that has to do with
because people were late, or is it because Chris Greer didn't bring in enough talent, or is it because Chris Greer didn't re-sign?
It's a mixture of both to me. It's a mixture of both. To me, it's 50-50. It's Greer not drafting correctly, and a guy like McDaniel not being a disciplinarian, more of a disciplinarian early on, where
I see that as a problem, but I do not think that is why we're in the position we are right now. It's giving contracts to players that don't deserve them. It's drafting the wrong players. It's not re-signing the right players. It's not addressing key areas of this team that you need to be successful in this league. You need to address the trenches. We failed to address the offensive line except for 2023. Well, guess what? In 2023, when we did address the offensive line, we ran for a record amount of rushing touchdowns. You know what I mean? While they were healthy, and then our offensive linemen.
Was that the unicorn line that you're talking about? Is that the unicorn line?
Yeah, where all the starters missed at least 5 games apiece.
Yeah. Was that 23 or like 2019 with Brandon Albert and Laramie Tunsil?
No, I'm talking about 23.
That was 2023.
We had Armstead, we had Jackson, we had Connor Williams, we had Robert Hunt, and we had
the guy that
should be on our team right now. No, the guy that should be on our team right now from the Patriots. Help me out. The guard from the Patriots that we had signed, that a free agent that we didn't re-sign from last year.
He's a veteran, right? He's a guy who's been around the league.
He was with the Patriots. He was on the team last year. Missed a lot of the season because we re-signed him and he was hurt.
Gwen.
Melifon. I know who you're talking about. I can't remember his name.
Who was it, Glenn?
Gwyn.
I said Borum.
No,
it's not Borum. I know who you're talking about. We signed him as a free agent through from like Carolina. Then he went to the Patriots. I know who you're talking about. Like,
no, the Patriots drafted him as a left tackle.
Yeah, he's not playing this year, right, Big C? It's Gwyn, ain't it?
What's the name?
Gwyn.
Gwyn. No,
that's not his name.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember his name.
Isaiah Wynn.
Isaiah Wynn.
Wynn.
I couldn't hear you. My fault. Yeah.
Wynn.
Yeah, Isaiah Wynn. But those guys all missed 5. Those guys were all hurt by the end of the year, and we were unable to run the football. Our whole pass rushing, all our pass rushers were hurt. Tyreek was hurt. Javon Howland was hurt. X was hurt. Like, that was the year.
Was that the first year of what's his name? Jalen Ramsey.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
because we had a whole bunch of injuries. I've been saying this. How is it that we haven't redone our medical staff? That's the issue right there. If our players constantly getting injured, it's the medical staff.
No,
Hold
these
on.
players
About
are,
the medical
these
staff,
players,
I got an answer.
these
for
players are
that.
coming here injured though.
Our medical staff's one of the highest paid in the NFL. We brought FIFA medical staff from overseas. It's supposed to be
These
top
guys
of the
are
line
coming
medical.
here injured. That's his specialty.
Here's our problem right now.
Exactly, like Daniel.
We had the right idea in 2019 and 2020. Hey, let's build through the draft. Then we got Tua, and he wasn't good his first couple of years. Then they brought McDaniels in, and if we would have just kept building through the draft, we would have been okay. We would have been in a lot better position right now than what we are, even with
Not with
Tua
Greer
as
as
a
GM though.
quarterback. But
Not with Greer drafted.
now we're in a decision. Now we're back into the point that they decide, well, we need to build through the draft. We still got a bunch of money on the books, so we have to build through the draft. And Tua just ain't the quarterback that you need to be when you have to rebuild. That's the problem.
He could be like a bridge quarterback. Like he could be like Tua could be like he's way too high paid, but he could be a bridge like a lame duck quarterback this season. If we draft a young kid like later, I've been saying I think we don't draft the quarterback in the first. The two guys that we want are going to be gone.
No, I think we don't get
guys. Ain't no good quarterbacks coming into this draft, man. Like, let's just be honest. Ain't no good. Who's going to be the next franchise quarterback?
Fernando Mendoza and Lenore Sellers.
Let's say we did. Let's say we continued to build through the draft.
Miller,
you really trust Greer to make them picks because he's the same guy that brought Noah Igbenogany.
I'm just coming back. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I see you. Hello?
Go ahead,
Sorry,
Gunnar.
guys.
We have to build through the draft because if we don't, and we do have to take a quarterback first round. If there's a quarterback that's worth it, take him.
Not with Greer drafting.
I think it's proven that we don't have to take a quarterback in the first round.
You're still throwing.
I mean, Bo Nix was going to
slide. In the draft, you're still throwing dice. You still have to draft them, even if Greer. I don't care who you are. You keep drafting, and you keep drafting, and you keep drafting until you get it right. You can't just say, well, we didn't get it right one year. Well, we have to give up on that position. No. You keep drafting.
But I'd give Quinn a shot. I'd give Quinn a shot.
Do y'all think? I don't.
I would give Quinn a shot before the end of the season.
We don't need a whole restart, though. No, I don't think we need a whole restart because we are competing in games. We have lost. I mean, the Patriots game. I mean, other than games, Tua throwing that interception late to the Bills. All the games we have lost has literally been on Tua's hands. So, guys, that's not the problem. We knew from the beginning of the year when our starting cornerback got injured that our secondary was going to suck. So why is everybody blaming the defense when you already knew?
I ain't blaming the defense.
We didn't know the front seven was going to be that. We didn't know the front
seven
was going to be.
I'm just saying Dolphin fans in general, not you personally. I'm just saying Dolphin fans in general said that the game that we lost was the defense fault. But how is it the defense fault when they held the Chargers to a single-digit lead before the halftime started?
The defense is trash, bro.
But
the defense is trash, but they haven't lost the games.
Thank you.
They lost Sunday. They lost the game Sunday.
You can't 3 turnovers.
Wait. Why did your special teams give up a 40-yard punt or a kickoff? Why did your special teams give up a 40-yard punt? Why did you? I mean, there's so many more things that caused that game to be lost. It's just not the defense.
I didn't say it was just the defense, but this is not an offense or a defense. they have both been absolutely horrid. And you
I
cannot,
mean,
you cannot
guys,
ignore the
by 2
defense's
points.
struggles. You can't ignore
Guys,
it.
we lost by 2 points, guys.
I mean, the defense helps you get 17 points against Carolina,
They did
and
all
you
they
do
can
nothing the rest of
do.
the game.
Tua could why the context that I'm not understanding, guys, is Tua couldn't even lead us to a field goal. Guys, if we get at least them 4 outs and punts, hurted us in the third quarter. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
noticing? You know
they
what I'm
can't
noticing?
stop.
Defensive are adjusting to Tua's game. They're saying beat us. You can't beat us 50 yards or deep, and they're banking on him to do that. They're going to give him the dick and dunks and the curls because that's not affecting nobody. But anytime you
Now,
can throw the ball 50 yards, he's a question mark.
now
But
here's
they
a
can't.
question I have. Here's a
They
question.
can't
Why
stop
ain't
nobody
Waller?
when they had to.
Hey, why ain't Waller more involved in the game
Yeah, my
plan?
guy.
That's the question I have. Why ain't he more involved in the game plan?
Because he's a one read. He's easy to read. He's like Mike Gesicki. If Darren Waller's in the game, we know we're passing.
Okay. You lying?
Okay,
That's
but
not
how
true.
many passes has he got while he's in the game?
Hey, Big C, don't
He's
you
a
agree they
telltale of what
cannot
our offense
stop
is doing
nobody
around
when
the
they
passing
have
game.
to?
Yeah,
They
listen,
don't stop anybody when.
this defense is just as much to blame, if not more to blame this year than the offense. But I just don't. The Buffalo Bills right now got an elite quarterback.
I don't know. She went to
And
Robinson.
the Buffalo Bills have the same issue we have on defense. They can't stop the run. And that's why the Buffalo Bills have dropped 2 games. That's why the Buffalo Bills could very easily be sitting 1-5 just like us.
The reason Buffalo Bills are sitting the way they are is because ever since they lost Stephon Diggs, they haven't had a true number 1 wide receiver.
Again,
you give him a
can't
real
stop
person to
the
throw
run.
to, and I guarantee you they make it to the AFC Championship.
Listen, the Bills lost last night because Bijan Robinson had 170 yards and a touchdown.
How many drops did Keon Coleman have?
I don't know.
I'm not even a Bills fan.
They lost.
Come on.
Well, hey, if Josh Allen could throw it to him on the run.
How many points are we giving up a game?
We're giving up about 30 points a game.
How many teams in the NFL are scoring 30 points a game right now?
Same as the Cowboys.
A lot. You're not wrong there.
Same as the Cowboys. So what are you saying? The same as the Cowboys, guys. We are being a little too hard on our team, guys. Guys, we need a quarterback. That's just it, guys. We do. We
absolutely do.
That's just
we need a quarterback. We need an offensive line. We need a defensive line.
But that's second. That's plan B. That's plan B though. Plan A is a quarterback though. You have to have some type of quarterback. The problem is we tried to build around Tua, and you can't build around Tua as you see. You can't. It's only certain minutes that you can hide them. A lot of people, analysts say, "Hey, in cold weather, Miami suck." No, when you adjust to Tua, Miami suck. When you adjustments to Tua, Miami suck. We have a great head coach. You can't force our head coach.
The real reason we suck in cold weather is because we're bad in the trenches. And in cold weather, what do you got to do? You got to run the football and stop the run.
Right, and we can't.
They were quarterbacking away. Look at what Justin
and if
Fields
you don't have
is
an arm, he's played for the Jets. I don't care about him. I'm saying basically I'm a Dolphins fan. So all I'm saying is basically like Tua is basically leading us, heading us back. That's been our goal. Because look at y'all not taking the context. We have been in every game. If Tua don't throw that late interception against a rivalry Bills, do we win that game or at least go to overtime, guys? That hurted us, guys. Are you serious? That late interception he threw?
I mean, realistically, we should have been going for the win right then, if it wasn't for the special teams.
The special teams.
But no, listen, that loss was on the Buffalo loss. Absolutely, 100%. That interception on Tua, 100%. What's the
That's
other
all I'm
one?
saying, bro.
What's the other game? Listen,
the New England
Tua's cost us games this year.
Yeah, the New England game.
The New England game too.
The Carolina game. What happened after halftime when Carolina made adjustments against him? He didn't do nothing. What happened when the Chargers made adjustments against him? He did nothing because teams are going in there and saying, I'm not letting this guy beat me. I'm sorry. We can't even throw past 50 yards. They say it's disrespectful to us if we let this guy beat us. That's how deep defense are taking this guy. And that's not good, bro.
Listen, you're right. Tua is a problem. But we cannot ignore the problems with this defense too. This defense is it's probably the worst defense in football.
Right, and the Cowboys are 2-3, and we're 1-5, and they have the same bad defense we have. So that's not a good enough excuse. The Cowboys.
Anthony Weaver's been fighting his way.
Hold on. The Cowboys let Russell Wilson throw 400 yards, and you were complaining about our defense? Are you serious?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying, guys. We're too critical. It's another way worse defense in the NFL than ours, and that's the Cowboys. Let's be 100% transparent. So, guys, we're being a little too critical. I get it.
Listen, I don't think it matters if we score 35. If we score 35 points a game, the other team's scoring 40.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, everybody's not. It's only it's 10 spots for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gonna make the top 10 defense. Let's just all be realistic, guys, too. You know what I'm saying? Yes, do we deserve a top 10 defense? Yes, but I think we have so many holes to fill before we even get there, and it starts.
We got the 32nd ranked defense, though.
The fact that our defense has as many holes as it does and keeps us in the games that it does is,
why I don't understand.
Astounding.
Thank you. We lost by 2 points last game. If Tua don't throw the interception in the Bills game, we win that game. We're supposed to.
Do you guys understand that teams aren't pushing the ball down the field on us? You know how much worse it could be. We're in these games because they're running the football and they're burning clock.
Look at the Colts.
If teams were actually pushing the football down the field against us, we'd be losing by a lot more than the games wouldn't be close.
Because that is the one thing that Miami does protect against, and that's why they don't push it down the floor. They back up so far that you ain't throwing it over their heads, but they'll give up everything underneath.
You don't have to throw it over their heads. You can
have to push it down the field.
You can throw it underneath and gain more yards than what a running play is going to gain.
Well, they do that. They do that.
They run for 175 yards a game.
Hey, y'all, I got two wild takes. Oh, go ahead. I don't want to cut nobody off.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
What's our offensive rank?
Higher than our defense.
Yeah, higher than our defense.
No, what's our offensive rank? I just
higher
wanted to know.
Defense.
I don't know.
What, 28?
We got to be top 15. We scoring at least 27 points a game. You know what I'm saying? We got to be at least top 15. Got to. Because we at least scoring 27. We can't say that. That's the thing. Why I don't get with the deep. We don't have a starting cornerback. We don't have like Mika needs help in that backfield. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot like goes into it with the defense. Mika Fitzpatrick can't physically do it by himself. Like that's impossible. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why he's so frustrated. He's like, yo, I need some dogs with me. You know what I'm saying? Because he's coming from a whole different program. He's coming from the Steelers. He's coming from a whole different program where losing is not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, my wild take is, man, I think we need to tweak this roster. I think we're still good. I mean, at the end of the day, like, we got to fight for pride. I think, like, maybe the Dolphins fans and me, I still looking at the schedule. I think with a quarterback and tweaking the roster a little bit, I think we could go 10-7 and possibly get in that last playoff spot. And here's my take. How do y'all feel about, okay, the Cowboys need a pass rusher, right? And we need a cornerback. I'm about fits and fairness. What about we send a fourth-round pick and Phillips over there for Diggs, Trayvon Diggs? How y'all feel about that?
I mean, I wouldn't be against that. I wouldn't be against, I think Phillips has been overrated. I think that's another one of those bad draft picks.
And Chop Robinson, that frees up Chop Robinson as a starting position, right or wrong. So Chop Robinson is now a starting. Or Willie Gay Jr. We got two options. We have actually somebody got to go out of Chubb and Phillips. But the only reason I did that trade is because the Cowboys need a pass rusher. And Diggs don't want to play for them no more. He's not even playing in routes. They benching him. Diggs don't want to be there no more. So I think we get Diggs. Now, quarterback. Now, this is my wild take. Only reason I'm thinking of the kid, and y'all can say, wow, no. I'm not saying him coming here to start. I'm saying we need the good distraction. We need the distraction. We need to sell tickets. We need that. Let's go get Shador. No, he shouldn't start over Quinn Ewers or Quinn Ewers. No, give Quinn Ewers, bench Tua and start Quinn Ewers. That would not be fair to trade for Shador and just let him start over Quinn Ewers. No, let Quinn Ewers get a shot to see what he can do in this Mike Daniels offense. The reason why I wanted Shador, I want to see what our coach Mike Daniels can do with a mobile quarterback. He has never had that. And look how great our offense been. Imagine if he had a mobile quarterback. Man, the sky is the limit with Miami offense. Trade Achane. Why the hell would we trade Achane? He's one of the great running backs in our league. Like, guys, we could just tweak this roster. Do I think we should get rid of Tyreek? Yeah, we should trade Tyreek, get a high draft pick. You know what I'm saying? But this roster is not bad. It's not bad at all. When I look at it, it just needs some discipline and some tweaking.
See, I disagree. I think this roster is bad right now.
How though?
Because I think Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips are overrated. I think Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips are overrated. I think Chop Robinson I don't know what's going on with him. I think our offensive line's bad. As of right now, our defensive tackle position's bad. I think our wide receivers you don't have a number one. Corners, we have no corners. None. There's no corners on this team that should even be on the football team.
Yeah.
And then we got one decent
That's
safety.
why I want Jones to go.
We got linebackers are good at something. We got linebackers that are good at certain things but really bad at other things, right? So either so they're a liability to be on the field regardless. Like Jordan Brooks is really good.
Agree.
He's a good tackler. I think he leads the NFL in tackling. But a lot of these guys are either, if they're good against the run, they're terrible against the pass. So if teams hit us with the play action pass, liability.
Yeah, they can't cover.
Liability.
I was about to say that. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think we got a lot of holes. We have a lot of holes.
Damn. So just blow it up.
I think you have to at this point. I think you have to. I was against it. I was against blowing it up. If you asked me at the beginning of before free agency this year, I would have been totally against blowing it up. Because I thought we could go out and we could really get this offensive line, established. It opens up play action pass for Tua. Tua has regressed though. Tua has regressed. I'm not going to deny that. This year, I feel like Tua has really regressed. If we would have re-signed,
I don't know what he's seeing out there, man. I don't know what it's like. He can't see the defense no more.
Yeah, he's missed. I think it's the hip. I think he's having issues with the hip.
Thank you.
He's less torque.
You got to throw. You need.
He's not making the throws that used to be throws that he made 10 out of
easy.
Easy throws for him. Now he's not making those throws. He's sailing the ball. So he's definitely regressed. And if he's regressed, you got to start over. You got to start. Tyreek, he's on a $50 million deal next year, coming off a major injury. Obviously, he's not going to be back here. I just think you trade Achane because Achane's going to want big money. He's an undersized back. It's only a matter of time before he gets worn down because he takes a beating. You know what I mean? He's your most valuable asset. Right now, Achane's your most valuable asset. He's going to get the biggest return for you. So you hire a general manager and you get as many draft picks as you can, and you just start over. You got to start over. Justin, I think Tua would look considerably better with Daniels and Austin Jackson. I do, because I think that we'd be able to run the football better. And if we can run the football, that opens up play action pass, and that's where Tua's at his best. So I do think if James Daniel and Austin Jackson were available, this football team would be better offensively. But it's still not stopping us from giving up 175 yards rushing a game. Like, you can't tell me that's nearly good enough. Yeah, we're getting some turnovers now, but And I know the defense has given us certain opportunities. The defense, but at the same time, they're giving up too many scoring drives. They're giving up too many long possessions where teams are just able to run from the 2-yard line all the way down to the end zone and get touchdowns. And that's just the facts.
Big C, can I ask a quick question?
What's up?
So we've been hearing about these player meetings and everything. Did you hear about what Grant said last week about how the coaches are going to the player meetings?
Yeah, I heard that. I mean, I think it's weird, but I guess the players asked them to come, so that's what I heard.
I was wondering. Now this might be like way off base here, but if they're looking to move off of certain players, would it be the players that aren't showing up to the meetings like Tua was talking? Because those coaches would know firsthand who's not really in it.
Well, I mean, Tua never said that anybody didn't show up. He said they were late. Not necessarily. No, I don't. Not necessarily. I don't know what this team is going to do if you continue to employ Chris Greer. So, in my opinion, you fire Chris Greer. That's step one. You find your general manager of the future. That's step two. You bring him in. He looks at this roster. He trades everything that he can for draft picks for the future. You sit here and you give Mike McDaniel the rest of the season because, in my opinion, Anthony Weaver, there's no sense of firing Mike McDaniel and giving Anthony Weaver the realm. Anthony Weaver is not the answer. You give Mike McDaniel the rest of the year. You determine whether you want to retain him or not. We forget Mike McDaniel was never given the quarterback of his choosing. Yeah, he talked Tua up. He said he could fix Tua, this, that, and the third. And I think he did fix Tua he fixed a lot of issues with Tua. But dare we say how good Mike McDaniel could look with a quarterback that he chooses, handpicks? You know what I mean?
Right, I get that.
So you give Mike McDaniel the rest of the year. Tell the general manager to make your decision. Chances are they move on from Mike McDaniel. You hire a new head coach at the beginning of the year, and then hopefully you get aggressive with the draft, and hopefully you can find your next franchise quarterback.
Well, here's also another caveat to that. Like, with the positional players being in on the meetings and the player meetings even happening, does that mean that McDaniel isn't even on the same page as his positional coaches? Like, is there a failure to communicate somewhere on the line of communication?
I think it's getting to that point, right? I think the fact
it feels
that people
kind of like mutiny, like a pirate ship.
I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's going to continue to grow. This is the first stages of a team that is checking out, right? Players that are not showing up the player only meetings, throwing each other under the bus. That's the first stages of a team that's on the cusp of quitting on their team.
Players, Studsville
ready
is
to quit
being
on
one
the
of
team.
the Studsville's being one of the positional coaches dragged into the meetings. He has interim head coach. You know, he's been an interim head coach before. So I mean, would you not go with the guy that the?
No, I'm not firing Mike McDaniel before the end of the year.
Just to give the players
there's
some
no
hope?
need. For what? There's no hope. The hope's over.
Yeah, but these are players that are playing for their future.
So listen, cool. Then play for your future. It shouldn't matter who the coach is. Play because you're a grown man making millions of dollars. But do we really want to replace the head coach and maybe give these guys a boost so they go out and they win 4 or 5 games and screw us out of a top 10 pick?
Well, as a franchise, no. But as a player, as a player, you want to put your best out there. And if the coach is losing games, which I think we're tanking, I mean, you're that's detrimental to the players and their future.
They're not tanking is losing on purpose.
I feel like we are, dude. There's no way we
There's
let
no
them
way that
score in the
there's
last
no
quarter.
way that Mike McDaniel's losing on purpose when his job's on the line. There's no way.
Do you think his job's really on the line, though?
Mike McDaniel's, yes, absolutely. He's a scapegoat in all this. I 100% think Mike McDaniel is the scapegoat.
But he's going to land somewhere. He's not really too worried about
Not as a head coach. Not as a head coach.
I think you really don't think like the Titans would consider him. They just fired Callahan.
No, he's going to get an offensive coordinator spot. Maybe not this year, but eventually he'll be an offensive coordinator. He'll get another opportunity to be head coach in this league, but not right away. But we didn't go over any of the lists that I had today, which is cool. It was a fun talking to all of you. I do got to get out of here. My wife is pacing past the door. Like, what's going on?
All love, Big C. Thanks, man.
It was a pleasure talking to all of you. This is fun. I want to do more of this. So make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. I want to hear your takes. Hopefully we can go over this list maybe tomorrow. But I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And fins up. You know what I mean? Because Big C, all gas, no brakes. Yeah, I mean. Peace.
Yo. Big C in the house. You know the name. Fin Posse Podcast. Changing the game. Fins up high. Feel the aqua and orange. Miami Heat blazing. We scorching the floor. Marino the tour. We stacking the saga. Legacy deep, call it football nirvana. Big C, break it down, got the stats in his veins. Play-by-play knowledge like he's calling the chains. Fins flying on the field, opponents feel the blast. Tyreek cheetah speed, leaving DBs in the past. Waddle with the wiggle, defense with the clamp. Aqua drip so clean, whole squash the champ. Tune in, Big C, got the mic on lock. Fin Posse Podcast, it's the cream of the crop. Breaking news, hot takes, repping the block. For the Dolphin faithful, it's the one-stop shop. Fin Posse. We the voice of the fans. Miami stand tall, got the world in our hands. Best podcast, yo, ain't no debate. Big C, big vibes, setting it straight. Defense smash, call it Aqua Tsunami. X locking routes like a South Beach Armani. O-line holding strong, trenches like a fortress. Big C dissected, no stack goes dormant.